Let me ask you something that most men never think about until it becomes a crisis. What if your sperm, the very foundation of your ability to create life, isn't as healthy as you believe? What if you could improve it significantly with something as simple as overlooked as vitamins? Yes, vitamins. I'm Dr. Paul Turek. I've spent my career in men's reproductive health, and today we're diving deep into something most men ignore until it's too late: sperm health. And more importantly, what you can do about it. The truth is, male fertility is declining. Over the past 40 years, sperm counts have dropped by more than 50%. That's not an opinion. That's peer-reviewed, cold, hard science. But here's the thing. While that number is staggering, it's not destiny. You have power, and that power begins with what you put in your body. So let's take a look at the silent epidemic of male infertility and why nutritional deficiencies might be playing a bigger role than you've ever imagined. Now first, what actually defines sperm health? It's not just about the quantity, it's about three core pillars: count, motility, and morphology. Count is how many swimmers you've got. Motility is how well they move. Morphology is how normal they look. Each of these plays a critical role in whether or not fertilization even has a chance. And all three, influenced heavily by micronutrients, especially certain vitamins and minerals. So why aren't more men paying attention? Let's rewind. Modern diets are saturated with processed foods, sugar, seed oils, and empty calories. We're overfed but undernourished. And sperm, it turns out, are incredibly sensitive to oxidative stress, inflammation, and micronutrient imbalances. Which brings us to this. If you want better sperm, you need better nutrition. Now, I'm not here to sell you snake oil. I'm not saying vitamins are magic bullets. But what I am saying, based on real, peer-reviewed clinical studies, is that certain vitamins can measurably improve sperm quality. Let's break them down, one by one. Vitamin C. Most people know it for immunity, but what about sperm? Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. It protects sperm DNA from oxidative damage. In one double-blind study, men who supplemented with 1,000 mg of vitamin C daily saw significant improvement in sperm motility and morphology in just 2 months. That's huge. Next up, vitamin E. It works synergistically with vitamin C. It stabilizes sperm membranes and fights free radicals. Studies have shown vitamin E improves sperm motility and decreases DNA fragmentation, especially in men facing infertility. Now let's talk about zinc, perhaps the most underrated male nutrient. Zinc is absolutely essential for testosterone production, which in turn fuels spermatogenesis, the production of sperm. In multiple clinical studies, low zinc was correlated with low sperm count. Zinc supplementation, meanwhile, has been shown to significantly increase both testosterone and sperm volume. But don't stop there. You need selenium. This trace mineral is critical for the structural integrity of sperm. It acts as an antioxidant and helps maintain sperm motility. In fact, selenium deficiency has been directly linked to poor sperm motility and abnormal morphology. Another powerful player, folate, also known as vitamin B9. You might associate folate with women and pregnancy, but it's just as critical for men. Folate is necessary for DNA synthesis and repair. Low folate has been linked to increased sperm DNA damage and chromosomal abnormalities. Pair it with vitamin B12 and you get an even stronger effect. And speaking of B12, this vitamin is essential for healthy sperm production. Deficiencies in B12 have been linked with decreased sperm count, poor motility, and DNA fragmentation. Supplementing with methylcobalamin, the bioavailable form of B12, can lead to measurable improvements. Now I know what you're thinking. This is a lot of vitamins. Can't I just take a multivitamin? The short answer is maybe. But most multivitamins are underdosed, poorly absorbed, and full of fillers. If you're serious about fertility, you want bioavailable forms at therapeutic doses. That's what the research supports. And let's not forget coenzyme Q10, CoQ10. It's not a vitamin, technically, but a potent antioxidant that's been shown to improve sperm motility, particularly in men with idiopathic infertility. It fuels mitochondrial energy production, critical for sperm to swim. Carnitine is another non-vitamin compound that deserves mention. Found in red meat, it plays a key role in fatty acid metabolism and energy production in sperm cells. Studies show L-carnitine supplementation significantly improves sperm motility. What about vitamin D? This is the silent hormone that acts like a vitamin. Vitamin D receptors are found in the testes and sperm. Low levels of vitamin D have been associated with lower testosterone, poor motility, and even erectile dysfunction. So, at this point, you may be asking, is this really about sperm, or is this about whole body health? And the answer is both. Your sperm is a barometer. It tells us what's happening inside your body. Your hormones, your metabolism, your stress levels, your nutritional balance. Improving sperm health doesn't just improve your chances of fathering a child. It improves your energy, your libido, your cardiovascular health, and even your cognitive performance. These nutrients aren't just about fertility. They're about you functioning at your best. But here's the kicker. None of this works if your lifestyle doesn't support it. Vitamins won't fix sleep deprivation. They won't erase the effects of smoking, alcohol, or sedentary behavior. You need to move your body. You need to sleep deeply. You need to manage stress. And yes, you need to eat like a man who cares about his future. So how do you start? Begin with a blood test. Know your levels. Understand where you're deficient. Don't guess, test. Then supplement smartly. Choose formulations that are bioavailable, free of fillers, and backed by clinical science. And for those of you wondering about fertility supplements on the market, yes, some of them are legitimate, but many are just flashy labels with underwhelming ingredients. Read the label. Look for methylated B vitamins, chelated minerals, and clinically supported dosages. Now let's talk results. How fast can you expect to see changes? Well, sperm take approximately 72 days to fully mature. That means the changes you make today will affect your fertility in about 3 months. Be patient, be consistent, and track your progress. And finally, let's talk about mindset. Infertility can be emotionally devastating. It can shake your confidence, your relationship, and your sense of identity. But you are not powerless. The science is clear. Nutritional intervention, done right, can shift the trajectory. This channel, this community, is here to empower you with knowledge, backed by science, spoken with honesty. Because the moment you take ownership of your health, everything begins to change. To sum up, if you want to improve your fertility, start with these essentials: vitamin C, E, D, zinc, selenium, folate, B12, CoQ10, and carnitine. Pair that with lifestyle changes, and you've already won half the battle. And if you need help choosing a quality supplement, I've linked a few trusted options in the description. I personally review every product before I mention it. Subscribe if you want more science-backed conversations about men's health. Drop your questions in the comments. I do read them, and share this with a friend who might need to hear it. You have more control than you think. I'm Dr. Paul Turek. Thanks for watching.